Hi guys, welcome back to Hope is Alive channel. Psalm 55 verse 17 says this: evening and morning and at noon will I pray and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. Few of us, myself included, pray as we ought to. So this exhortation in Psalm 55 needs to be taken right into our heart. Having a look at this verse, it speaks about a few things. It talks about the times of prayer. It says there, the psalmist says, evening and morning and at noon will I pray. Most people have trouble praying once a day. Some people will kneel beside their bed and pray in the morning. Others might do so at night. Others will sit in a chair and fall asleep in the process. Guilty sometimes. But this verse speaks specifically about 3 scheduled times a day. But you may ask, isn't 3 times a day praying a little bit too much? I hear someone saying, I don't have time to pray 3 times a day. Daniel prayed 3 times a day in Daniel 6 verse 10, and he was a high official in the government, so he had time. People can watch TV by the hour. The Olympics have just been on, so people here in New Zealand sort of sitting down from 7 till 11 and watching rowing and cycling and all the rest of it. People spend time reading their newspapers, spending time reading their phone, spending time on social media, and yet they don't really have an excuse not to pray more. You have time for this. Wouldn't it be, here's a thought, wouldn't it be interesting if when you woke in the morning, instead of checking Facebook and Instagram, you prayed? Just a thought. Couple of things. It said times of prayer. There's a passion in prayer. The psalmist says, I cry aloud. These times of prayer were not casual, but serious. Cry aloud tells us that it's not necessary to always cry aloud to be heard, but it's indicating that crying aloud, there's an earnestness, and the earnestness needs to be part of our prayer if we're going to pray effectively. It's the fervent prayer, it says in James 5:16, that avails much. Elijah, though a man subject to passions as we were, prayed earnestly and got things done for God as a result, it says in James 5. John Butler says if we're not earnest in our praying, we cannot expect God to be earnest in his response to our prayers. And the last thing is the promise. He shall hear my voice. The promise means that God will answer your prayers. So you don't pray in vain. A holy God in heaven hears our prayers and he'll respond to them. Isn't that great? If nothing else, the promise alone today should inspire us to pray. Personally, I find it tremendously encouraging that Almighty God, the creator of the universe, the King of the universe, will hear our prayers and respond to them. You could be trying to contact government officials or council or parking, fine people, and you don't hear anything back. But rest assured, when Almighty God hears your prayer, he will respond. He's much bigger than any government official, and he will hear you. I hope this encourages you today. Be blessed. Just spend some time. I read a book recently. Just take a few minutes to set aside a time in the morning, a time at lunchtime, a time in the afternoon or evening where you just specifically pray. It doesn't have to be all day long. It just has to be a bit of time set aside for prayer. Psalm 55, read it for yourself. Be blessed. Hey, thanks very much for watching Hope is Alive channel. To watch more videos, don't forget to subscribe and click over here or just down there or just there over my shoulder or just up to the right of my head. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send to your friends.